Coming up, one eastern Kentucky county is under a state of emergency this morning as they continue to deal with the aftermath of flooding. And we hear from one family member of 2 people killed in a Pulaski County crash earlier this week. And police in West Virginia are investigating after a 15-year-old girl is found dead at a playground.
Dedicated to eastern and southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Good morning, I'm Taylor Upchurch. Today is Wednesday, June 19th. Let's check in with Brandon Robinson for a look at your forecast this morning. Brandon, it sounds like it's going to be a little soggy today.
Yeah, off and on, Taylor. We're going to see those scattered chances for showers and storms. Some of those storms this afternoon could be on the stronger or even severe side. We'll keep you posted on that as those develop this morning. A little bit of live pinpoint Doppler radar action. We're seeing some green right there across parts of the area. Kind of a line draped from basically Monticello up through parts of Floyd County there. We'll take a closer look here around the Hazard area just to the north of us there in southern Breathitt County over into northern Knott County there and northern Perry County as well. You're seeing some heavier bands of rain. Had a little bit of a band come through here at the station just a second ago. Looking at low visibility in some areas, especially near the border. Be careful of that. Temperatures in the mid to upper 60s and low 70s. Planning out your day, plan to take the umbrella and the rain gear because temperatures will only get to about 81 with the chances for showers and storms picking up again later this afternoon. Full forecast on the way here in just a few minutes. Taylor?
All right, thank you, Brandon. And continuing our severe weather alert day team coverage, officials in Clay County have declared a state of emergency as flooding continues to ravage the area. WYMT's Justin Case went there to see the damage that the high water is leaving behind.
Seaworth's washed up some potatoes, but all of this was completely underwater.
This is Danny Garrett. The same floodwaters that damaged his property caused 9 people to be forced from their homes.
I've never seen anything like that, period, you know. One minute it was raining and then the next minute it was chaos.
County officials estimate 20 roads have damage along with about 15 other bridges.
We're probably at $70,000 to $75,000 just getting over the threshold. We sat here and talked just a few minutes and we've already had 2 or 3 more places that's been called in that we didn't even looked at.
County crews have been working around the clock to make sure all roadways are staying open. Most of the damage is being seen in the Burning Springs community.
Saw trees off the road, get debris out of the road, clean out ditch lines, get the water flowing back the way it should be flowing. Almost every road in that area has had some kind of county effort on it today.
And that's not all. People in the community are finding even more damage as the water recedes, like this sinkhole.
We really didn't notice this until it was all over after the water had went down, and that's when we found this.
The 6 homeless people who had to leave this flooded shelter and the 3 others forced from their mobile homes all have one thing in common.
We're real resilient. We're used to flooding, so having family around you is always a good thing to living here in the mountains.
Assessing the damages as more rain chances linger in the forecast.
There are still 2 water main breaks crews are unable to get to because of high water. Officials ask that you call the county road department if you see any roads damaged by the storms. And Clay County's only homeless shelter should be back open soon. Crews spent much of the past 2 days cleaning up. The 3 inches of water found its way through a back door Sunday night. A local motel was able to take in the people staying there until cleanup efforts were complete. Meanwhile, emergency crews will go back to a mudslide in Powell County later today. North Bend Road in Stanton is still closed. Mud slid down a hill and into a home where 90-year-old Bonnie Bowen used to live. Now she's lost just about everything. Some of her family works at Rogers Hardware and are collecting donations for her.
She has had a very difficult time the last couple of years, losing both of her children and now her home. You know, so yeah, anything anybody can do to help, help out Bonnie, we'd greatly appreciate it.
Engineers say the ground around the home keeps moving. They're concerned there could be another mudslide. And to keep track of the rain in the forecast, be sure to download the WYMT weather app. It's available in the Apple and Google Play stores. And a Pulaski County woman says she's facing the toughest time of her life. Both her mother and her 5-year-old daughter were killed Monday morning. They were in a crash on US 27 near Walnut Street in Burnside. Nick Oliver talked to Taylor Hobbs about how she's remembering 2 people she loved very much.
It's really hard trying to get through not only losing your daughter, but losing your mom too.
The saying, picking up the pieces, doesn't even begin to describe the feeling of overwhelming pain Taylor Hobbs is feeling after her daughter, 5-year-old Kylie Hobbs, and mother, 42-year-old Deanna Cheney, were killed in a crash Monday morning.
They were really close. Kylie really loved her.
These snapshots tell the stories of adventure, love, and friendship, and not just your normal friendship. The granddaughter and grandmother combo were better known as best friends.
They loved to play together and laugh and spend time together.
The investigation into what happened in that crash still continues as the other driver remains in critical condition. But it is known the driver did cross the center line, striking Cheney's personal mail carrier head-on. A crash that this family says not only claimed lives but personalities and a future full of more laughs, smiles, and love for everyone.
She made an impact on everybody's life. Anybody that met her loved her. Her personality was different than anybody's.
You know, when you ask what people could do, we need as many prayers as we can get.
Nick Oliver, WYMT Mountain News.
We have the funeral arrangements for Deanna Cheney and her granddaughter. The visitation are Thursday at 6, the Chapel of Southern Oaks Funeral Home. Cheney's funeral is the next day at 11. Kylie's funeral is at 1. She'll be buried at the Southern Oaks Cemetery. And crime tapes surrounded a Wayne County, West Virginia playground yesterday morning after the body of a 15-year-old girl was found. The body was found on East 2nd Street in Cerrado near a slide by someone driving past the playground. Investigators say they're unsure what happened to the young girl. Police do not believe that foul play was involved, but are waiting for an autopsy.
It's a safe neighborhood. It's always been a safe neighborhood. We've never had any kind of problems at all. It's just lately we've been hearing like drugs here and there, but never nothing like this.
Out of respect for the mother and the family, police have not released the name of the girl at this time. And the FBI officials say they believe no foul play was involved in the death of a woman found in Mammoth Cave National Park. The body of 23-year-old Mariah Amber DeCrue was discovered in a cemetery on park grounds in March. Investigators said they had determined the cause of death was an accidental overdose of antihistamine used in certain types of allergy and sleep medications. Park rangers called the FBI because the body was found on national park property. And a Georgetown police officer injured in Wisconsin is coming home to Kentucky. We've told you about Officer Cole Setner. He was seriously hurt in a hit-and-run crash. He suffered multiple leg breaks, broken ribs, a concussion, and a collapsed lung. Once Setner returns to Kentucky, he will need to have 4 more surgeries. And the Metcalfe County Sheriff's Office is looking for a man who's been missing for almost 4 weeks. We're told this man, Adam McCoy, has family in Floyd County. He was last seen driving a blue 1994 GMC pickup truck. McCoy is 6 feet tall and weighs around 190 pounds. He has green eyes and partially balding brown hair. If you have seen McCoy, you are asked to call police. And the attorney for a Pike County man charged in a multi-state robbery spree says they intend to work out a plea deal. Jason Lee Robinson's case currently sits in federal court in southern Florida. His attorney said they're waiting for charges in other states to be transferred there so Robinson can enter guilty pleas. Police say he robbed 7 banks in several states. They caught him in Colorado. Robinson does have a history of bank robberies. Currently, his trial is set for July 8th. And a record amount of cocaine was seized yesterday in Pennsylvania. Authorities found more than $1 billion of cocaine on a cargo ship at the Philadelphia port. That's a billion with a B. The U.S. Attorney's Office says 16.5 tons of cocaine was confiscated. Members of the ship's crew now face federal charges. Officials say this is the largest drug seizure in the history of Eastern District of Pennsylvania. And back here at home, a tip to Knox County deputies led them to a large amount of drugs and cash. Police say they found it all at a home on No. 1 Hollow Road in Trosper Monday night. Here's a picture of some of the evidence deputies shared with us. Investigators say they found oxycodone, Valium, and Xanax tablets, along with marijuana, $6,000, guns, and other items. They arrested 4 people. We have their names and charges on WYMT.com. And a former Jackson County treasurer will have to wait a little longer to find out how much time she will spend in prison. In February, Beth Sally pleaded guilty to federal charges of identity theft and wire fraud. Sally told officials that beginning in about 2013, she used her position to write checks to herself totaling closing to $162,000 without the approval of the fiscal court. Sally forged signatures and removed pages of financial documents to hide her activity. Her sentencing is rescheduled for July 23rd. And a Pulaski County woman facing multiple charges has been arrested in Ohio. 56-year-old Norma Walker of Nancy is accused of burglary, theft by unlawful taking, and arson. Walker is suspected of stealing money Monday from a gas station in Pulaski County and then setting it on fire. She was arrested in Winchester, Ohio, where she's awaiting extradition back to Kentucky.
Rain, we wish it would go away, but not today. Let's take a look, see what's going on Line Pinpoint Doppler radar. Getting some scattered showers over the station here in Hazard, but let's take you on a brief tour here fast. From Monticello up through London, over toward Clay County, up through Perry County, into parts of Floyd County. Scattered showers and storms around this morning. Temperatures in the 60s and 70s. Middlesboro up to 73. They've jumped a couple of degrees here in the last little bit. Wise at 64 is our coolest spot. Your planner for today, again, those scattered chances for showers and storms around. Some of those could be strong to severe a little bit later on this afternoon. The heat of the day, we'll keep a close eye on that, but temperatures are not going to go up too much, even though we're only a couple of days from the official start to summer. Taylor?
All right, thank you, Brandon. And thank you for joining Mountain News this morning. More news is on the way. Coming up, we head to Pike County to show you how a summer camp is helping students dive into the world of forensic science. And later, how one group is helping make sure students in the area stay fed even during the summer months.